Welcome to today's episode of From Chaos to Calm. Remember this room? It was stacked really high and it was very disorganized. It was a really scary mess. It was really hard to get motivated to get after this mess. And let's face it, it's still a mess. But it's a mess that now feels conquerable, feels doable. How did I do that? Well, I took out one whole category of items that I have in this room. And that category of items was all of my travel items. So I took those out and I moved them into my master bedroom temporarily. Trust me, this is not going to stay here. But you can see there's quite a bit of items, from garment bags to overnight bags to sports or gym bags to the big moving to Europe suitcase, the I'm gone for 1 to 2 weeks suitcase, to my take it on the plane suitcase, because again, my favorite suitcase in the world happens to have a cup holder for my coffee, so that if there's no other place to set it, I can set it there while I get on my phone or my computer and I'm waiting for my flight. You can see there's a lot of different items that I take depending on where I'm going and what time of the year I go. So umbrella, of course, zippered bags that will hold my cosmetics or my de-wrinkler. I've got my travel robe, and I've got a different silk travel robe. I've got scarves. I've got an airplane pillow, an airplane blanket. I've got swimming stuff because I normally don't swim here when I'm at home. I've got shoe bags, compression socks, airplane blanket. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of stuff. It will behoove me to go through it, make sure it's all items that I still use, and store those items in the suitcases so that when I go to store those suitcases in this guest room / sewing craft room, I can at least have it under control. I don't think they'll fit under the bed, which is too bad. Now that I have things in organized piles, this doesn't look organized, but believe me, it is. It has all of the shoulder pad, either patterns or materials or actual shoulder pads to put in garments. Plus a couple of other items that I could stand to find a different home for. This is for beading, for doing jewelry. So, as you can see, loose patches, as I came across them, they got put in this basket. Are they going to stay in this basket? No, I'm not going to use this basket to store. In fact, I might. It looks like it's showing a lot of where this basket might go into the next garage sale. But in the meantime, everything has its home. You think, oh, what is that? Well, this is wool crewel yarn. It's vintage. It's got these vintage dyes and colors. It's very convenient to use when I'm repairing a wool sweater that's vintage from the 1950s. And I've used it for that. Again, will it stay in the basket? No, I think it's a really inefficient way to do that. But right now, at least I have it all in one spot. I know what I have. I know what I need to organize. This is another solution that I used to use all the time, were shoe boxes. So, that's a budget way to organize. The problem with shoe boxes, of course, is you can't tell or see what's in there unless you label them well. So I will probably find a sheer solution like this one here, so that I know just at a glance what's in there and I don't have to constantly label and relabel. With that, I am looking forward to having this transform into a delightful, organized sewing craft area. Oh, I do actually have in these drawers my gifts, so that I've got gifts stored up for Christmas, gifts that I can pull at the last minute if I need something. You can see I've got some craft magazines as well. So it's still a mess. Again, it's very much a doable mess. It's manageable. If I had last minute company, I actually could figure out what to do with all of this in a fairly short order for temporary use of the room. The reality is, though, I want to get this room ready for a permanent guest room / sewing room, so it's really delightful to come in here and work and delightful to have company. Thank you for joining me for this episode From Chaos to Calm. I hope this helps you tackle some of those scary rooms or your basement or your garage and realize you don't need to get it done in one day or one weekend. You can actually work on these things for a couple of hours once a week, and it will help you understand what you've got, what you can part with and throw away, and where some of the opportunities that you have are.